I never imagined that a single sentence could end a relationship so completely, yet that's exactly what happened that night. It still haunts me, and even now I can replay every detail in my mind. My name is Zara. I had been dating Samir for 3 years. We shared good times, laughter, trips, late-night conversations, and dreams about a future together. I thought I loved him truly, and I believed he loved me back, but sometimes love isn't enough. For months, I had been thinking about my ex-boyfriend, Adil. He wasn't perfect, but he had a presence that made me feel seen in ways Samir never did. Adil was bold, confident, and unapologetically honest. I missed that. I didn't tell Samir, at least not directly, but I couldn't help comparing the two. That night, we were at dinner. Everything seemed normal. Samir was talking about his work, joking about a new project, and I found myself zoning out, lost in thought. Adil's face kept flashing in my mind, the way he looked at me, the way he made me feel alive. I made a terrible mistake. I started to voice my thoughts aloud. I don't know, I said casually, but with more honesty than tact. Sometimes I feel like my ex, he was more of a man. Samir stopped mid-sentence, his fork hovered in the air. I didn't notice at first. He didn't shout. He didn't argue. He just looked at me, calm, silent, and with a depth of hurt I hadn't expected. I see, he said softly, almost whispering. I thought he would beg me to explain, tell me he loved me, try to fight for us, but he didn't. He just got up, left the restaurant, and walked out of my life that night. No phone call, no confrontation, no yelling. Just silence and emptiness where he used to be. I tried calling him for days. He didn't answer. I sent messages, pleaded, apologized, tried to explain that I didn't mean it the way it sounded. But nothing. He vanished completely, as if I had never existed in the same world he lived in. In the weeks that followed, I replayed that night over and over. I knew my words had hurt him, but I didn't expect him to leave so quietly. It was like his pain was too deep for anger or words, and the more I thought about it, the more I realized that he had been right to walk away. Samir was never dramatic, never loud, but he had always been loyal, caring, and consistent. He was a man in every sense of the word, not because he demanded, not because he controlled, but because he stood by me, trusted me, and never doubted our relationship. And I threw it away with a single sentence, a fleeting comparison and a selfish thought. Months later, I heard from mutual friends that Samir moved to another city. He started over, focused on his career, and didn't look back. And I stayed behind, stuck in regret, realizing that I had lost someone truly remarkable. The hardest part wasn't missing him. It was knowing I had caused the loss myself, that no one else was to blame. That love, trust, and loyalty were not things I could demand. They were gifts I had rejected. Sometimes I wonder if he ever thinks about me, if he ever remembers that night. But I don't expect answers. I don't deserve them. I only know that my words had power, and I used them carelessly. The lesson I learned is simple, brutal, and unforgettable. Never compare the person you love to someone from the past. Never let fleeting thoughts destroy what's real. Words are powerful, and sometimes silence is the only thing that can protect what you have. I told him, my ex was more of a man, and he left without a word that night. And in that silence, he taught me a lesson I will never forget.